Happy Wednesday, friends. I can't believe that it has been 3 weeks since I've been on here. Like, that's never in the history of me starting these calls, like years ago, happened that I missed 3 weeks in a row. So I missed you guys. Thanks for your grace. And I went to Greece. I don't know if you missed that news flash, and Turkey. And that's why I missed 2 weeks. And then last week, life is just lifing. So we'll leave it at that. We got health conditions going on in the family and all the things. So I missed you guys deeply. I'm so excited to be here, back with you guys. And I have no real plan for tonight. So you're just going to get whatever happens. And I'm super excited to see what comes out. So Tiffany is kicking us off with the news tab update tonight because Renee is camping with her family and spending time with their hubby. So she popped on for a second if you were here early, but Tiffany is going to be our Renee tonight.
Okay, I'm flat Renee for the night. So we have some changes to since our last work at Wednesday, some of the updates that we have. If you are a subscriber to the warmer of the month or the scent of the month, there are going to be some changes starting with the August scent and warmer of the month, where we will no longer be getting the flyers, and as compensation to keep it the same cost, we are getting an additional eighth bar. So there's that update. And then, oh, well, as a following up for that, there are digital resources now, and I already played with them and they're very nice. So that is still very much an option for all of us, even though Dylan makes amazing newsletters every month. And so you really don't even need it if you don't want to use that. And then we had some really exciting things, which I'm sure that you all are aware of, that we currently have a $9 digital join special going on right now, which is super neat. Well, Dylan's been around the longest, I believe. I've never been around when something like this is a first for me ever. So I think Dylan, is it a first for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, other than the like host free kit that we can do, this is the cheapest I've ever seen it. Yeah.
1 second, guys. Evan's yelling for his dad. I'll be right
She was talking about the $9 joint special, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. So just to elaborate on that $9 joint special, did she tell the details of it yet?
She said digital,
Okay.
and it's the cheapest has seen yet.
Okay, sorry, I ran inside while she was doing that. I wasn't expecting her to abandon. I couldn't just pick right up because I didn't know what else to said. So we'll talk a little bit more probably about the $9 joint special later on in the call, just because this is a very lucrative time to be able to add people to your team, especially as you'll notice the industry focusing on a lot of people who are looking to do affiliates. This is the perfect join kit for them. These would be the people you'd be bringing in your team, knowing that they are only looking for the discounts on the product or sharing multiple different products, not building teams. Those are not bad people to have, because obviously, like, the people that just get active are really good for your team. Just know that that's what's normally going to come from like a cheaper join kit or someone who's looking for more of affiliate style. Rachel Pence showed this join affiliate packet that she's been doing, which I thought was pretty interesting. So maybe look into that. She's doing like these little affiliate packets. Just know the more you're focusing on affiliate style sponsoring, you're going to get more people that are looking for, what I just described, rather than building leaders. So it's not a bad thing. It's definitely the direction that the industry is heading as far of, but like sponsoring and building teams is where we make the most money if we're getting down to the nitty gritty of it and bringing more people into the opportunity. So if you're really serious about this business and wanting to build more income off of it, know that you need a good split of both. You need people that are willing to build teams, but also people that are just selling and getting active each month are really good for your base as well. So just have that mindset in when you're talking about a $9 joint special. And Tiffany's back.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so with that $9 join special that we have going on, they are going to be getting 3 digital customer coupons for $20 off of a $100 or more order on the PWS. And I'm not quite sure if those those coupon codes can be used by consultants. Like, it doesn't specify, but I'm sure that we're going to find that out as people start to utilize them. So look out for an update on that. And then also they can earn free registration for virtual SFR. Oh my
Which
God.
is huge because we want to get people in our culture and the events, and just getting to even see SFR virtually is a really good like entice to get them dug deeper in.
Yes, and promotes that repeating in the future. Like, because I definitely know that my first experience with SFR um was Utah. But I know, like, did I go to SFR and then we had virtual for a couple of years, or was it virtual and then Utah was the first?
Utah was the first in person after the virtuals.
Yes. Okay. So my very first, so my point is going to be made, and this feels so good that worked out so well. But my first SFR was virtual, and then even the experience that I just got for the virtual, and since he went all out as they do, when it had to be virtual, and just that experience alone was like this. I cannot miss SFR ever again. Like, this is, I'm set in my ways now. This is a part of my business, and it was virtual, so it could really light a spark there.
I
And
know this year's everybody watching all of us be at SFR is going to be a huge enticer for
yeah,
every one of these beautiful spaces I see on this screen next year. In
yeah,
person SFR, I'm expecting that. Just
it's
saying.
gonna be magical. I'm really excited about this year. I know that not everyone could go, but it's just really exciting. Every SFR is so exciting, so I'm always excited. But I don't know, something about this one is just really super duper exciting.
We feel a big pivot within Scentsy, and it's from seeing what's happened after hypergrowth, and we're entering in this very pivotal stage of the company where we're going to be left with the people who want to be here and not the people that became, because since he was basically selling itself during COVID because people were home, they wanted their houses to smell good, they wanted to be able to, have things fast, instant gratification from changing their wax. So it's like we came out of that era to now the people that maybe were here to make a quick buck, or they weren't here for the right reasons, or they lost their sparkle and they were kind of being a black cloud over the community, they're leaving. And I'm not sad about it, like, honestly, and that may sound bad, but not everybody's made to be here forever, and that's okay, because there's tons of us that are ready to take the torch and run and show what we are here. I love, that's an unfortunate timing. Hold on. My hot tub clears its jets every once in a while on a timer, and I have the cover off, so it's really loud. Um, so I love when new people join because they're full of fire and they have that initiative and it's contagious and everyone wants to be around it. Okay, but think about the people that you've been watching building these businesses and they're not here for the right reason, or they're just driving for a dollar sign and they're not inspiring you because they're not inspired, and it gets bogged down, and you're not getting you're feeling weird feelings from them rather than feeling um the spark that maybe they once had, or you're not being influenced. And so it's really hard. Like, energy is contagious. And so when you have a bunch of people that are being negative and they're not showing their light, it's very hard to rise above them. So all of that dark cloud and smoke is getting out of here. It doesn't matter where they're going. Wish them the best. But the people that are left within Cincy are going to make this company better than it's ever been. And that's what I'm excited for, because you're watching these leaders, whether they've been here for 15, 20 years, or they've been here for five months, whatever it is, they're in it. They want to be here. They want to be a part of the solution. They want to be selling the products that we all love because it has changed our life one way or the other, or it's gave us something in our life that we're missing. And now we've created this movement that everybody's going to be a part of that solution, than having the dead weight that's pulling us down. So this SFR, I truly believe, is going to kick off that momentum. And plus, we have the owners of the company so invested into product development, the future of Scentsy, wanting new things to come. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this was one of the gifts that we got for Greece as our room drop. And these are trial testers that actually have fragrance inside of them for us to be able to test out and give our opinions on them. There's hints of different lines coming out. I don't know exactly what these are going to be for, but you take off the cap, they have holes in them. There is like a little reed inside of here that's soaked in fragrance so you can smell them. I don't even like lavender. This is fantastic. This black noir is a mint scent we should have had forever. But like, this is just a taste of they're listening to us and they're creating products that are wanting to be used and sold in today's industry. And it's going to be really, really exciting to just see the direction that Scentsy is going to go. And I truly believe SFR is going to kick that off. Sorry, Tiffany. I know we're still in the middle of the news tab, but I
No,
kinda
you're
went off on a
good.
thing there.
You're totally good. I know exactly where we left off. We're fine.
Perfect.
Um, so with that join special, there's also the ability, like once they hit active, that it unlocks a free new season sales kit. So they'll get all 10 of the new fragrances that are going to be launching in our fall winter season, which is so freaking exciting. I love our season sales kits, and any opportunity that we ever have to earn those for free, or someone has to earn those for free, it's definitely worth putting in the effort. And if you think about that, like like a new person already has like that goal of becoming active. I mean, obviously that's just the halfway point for shooting star. So we're already working towards it. So just the fact that there's another incentive there just makes that even easier, like even sweeter that they hit the 250. And then as usual, there's the 3 months of the free website. And I think that's it for that. Yeah, we talked about the free registry. Yeah,
Can I add something that I just realized?
absolutely.
Um, I didn't notice this until now when I was just reading it over when you were talking about it. It also says, and when any consultant who joins or reinstates in July, so reinstatements as well count,
Yes.
they
I
will
should have
ship the
mentioned
new
that.
season sales kit too. So those who reinstate in July won't have to buy a season sales kit next month. They will get one, which I think is something we are not hitting on because I haven't seen that anywhere. I didn't even know that was a thing until I was just reading it and going over it. So I think that's a big selling point too. If you have anybody who you've lost in your downline over the
Yes.
last few months, definitely follow up with them because if they can have that transition kit and not have to buy it next month,
Huge
that's a
value.
big deal. Yeah.
That is a huge deal. Okay. And then all these extras are also applied to new consultants who join in July using the kits as well. So that's another bonus part too. Touch on that. Okay. Then we have the thing. Okay, well, before, dang, I was so excited, but we can get to that in a second. Okay, so we do have a little bit of it's not negative, it's not bad, but it's just something to be aware of. That when we do have our new fall winter catalog that launches, the products that are going to be available, if it is a catalog, I don't, did we do we know for sure if it, I forgot what he said on the end of the month.
There is going to be a catalog
There
for
is going to be
sure.
catalog.
Um,
But the products within it are not guaranteed. Like once they're gone, they're gone. And that is not a big deal. You want to know how I know that's not a big deal? Because I lived through hypergrowth, guys. Okay. And everything was selling out every 5 seconds. People would come up with something super cute, and it's like, oh, I want to get on that train. Uploading, and then boom, it sold out. Now we're moving on. It's easily done. If the entire company can do that while we're in hypergrowth, we're gonna be fine. Okay, moving on to my favorite part. Okay, cool. The weekly pay. We now have a weekly pay option, which I am so excited about. If you are neurospicy, um, delayed gratification is not something that we're super good at. Okay. And I just think this is so incentivizing for you to be able, like, if you can see in real time, like people can see in real time what, like, you close a party and then boom shakalaka, we're being rained upon with dollar dollar bills, y'all. It's going to be a good experience, okay, for everybody involved. Okay. So I am so excited. Definitely be talking to all your people about this option. There is a $5 charge that will come out monthly. There are some things to be aware of though. So if you are closing a party and the host ends up flipping that party, like the PRV that's already been processed on that party will not be able to be moved over any longer if you're doing the weekly pay option, which is not that big of a deal. Just make sure that you're closing your parties. Once we understand how that weekly pay schedule works, make sure you're closing your parties before or be having that joint conversation right at the beginning, okay? Make sure we get it out of the way. So, and then bring it back up again at the end, just to make sure. Because they could have had so much fun during your party and they were just like, yes, I said no at the beginning, but I didn't know. I was ignorant and now I'm awake and alive and have information and I want to join. So there's that. Okay, weekly pay, five. Oh, wait, I forgot one part. We are going to be getting 4 pages, so there are 4 weeks that you're getting paid out of. But your bonuses, like off of your team, and like if you sold over 2,000, those are 2,500 update. That those bonuses are going to process just like they would every month. Like that's going to be still on a monthly schedule. So it's like you're receiving 5 paychecks, technically. Technically, that's the way I'm gonna look at it. You should too. Okay. And moving on again, we do have a fun little surprise thing that's going on right now. You know, our curated bundles that happen every month. Super cute. I always steal the graphics. If you guys aren't stealing those graphics every time they're coming up with stuff, we can use those later. I have a whole folder in my phone of all the cute stuff that's coming out. So steal those. But every Monday, like just a fun little surprise to make Mondays better. We're gonna have new scented curated or bundles, whatever that Scentsy is going to be launching, and I can't wait to see what the next ones are because they're so creative. They're so good at these. Cinnamon roasted pear has not been in any of the bundles, but I won't hold that against them. It's fine. We're moving on. What's the next thing? Oh, guys, I was playing with this today. Super exciting. If you haven't seen that, we can now add Scentsy Club. Or you can add items to your Scentsy Club while you're looking at products on our PWSs, which is just so cool. You'll also have the option to do so once you're in your cart. I was trying to play with around with that feature and I couldn't get it to do that. But I could see it popping up when I was on the products, itself, which is great because we're just making it that much simpler. Previously, as we all know, when you would need to update your Scentsy Club or wanted to add an item in there, you'd have to physically go into Scentsy Club, then look up the product, then add it in. Now versus this, you're just visiting the PWS, which is just that much closer. So I think that's it. That wraps it up, right? Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great shares. So one thing about the weekly pay is if you are having a teammate come to you and like maybe not understand why there's a $5 charge, I want you to look at it like this. Whenever you're transferring money from Venmo or PayPal, it gives you a instant for a fee or overtime for free. It's the same concept. The module that Scentsy had to put in place to be able to allow weekly pay was very, very expensive. And they had asked leaders at a few different events if they thought people would be willing to pay that. And there is no difference from getting it now versus having to wait in today's world. Instant gratification is a huge thing and will be a really good selling tip for you as well when you're recruiting, especially to the younger generation. That is DoorDash. They want money because they can make it that day. They don't have to work on a schedule. They just want to be able to make the money now. So that's going to be a lot more appealing to them as well as what Scentsy doing with giving us money for extra money on top of our commission for certain products that we need moved. So the Scentsy Air Quad bundle right now, the $21 that you're making, that is Heather Gorshett had an awesome post yesterday about and actually Dylan, do you mind going to her page and pulling that up and then sharing your screen? It's this post about the Scentsy Air Quad, and it talks about something about affiliates and how you can get more money cash in your pocket. That post is gold. So this is the kind of things that this is the way the world, especially on social media, is working. And I really encourage you to go look at TikTok or people that are having success on Reels and selling things, and how they're pitching it to people, that and getting all the interaction, and try to think like, how can I do a post via Scentsy that would relate in that same context? Or if you see something that's really appealing to you, okay, why was that appealing to you? And then say, okay, how can I do that within my Scentsy business? It looks like a certificate. Where'd it go? There, that one. Can you click on it, make it bigger? Okay, so attention influencers and affiliate partners ready for big payouts, $21 bonus for each one sold, plus 20 to 25 commission on top of bonuses. Get paid up to $49.75 for each one of these sold in July. Tell me that that's not appealing for someone.
That's a
Like,
beautiful.
right, the way that she put that out there, showing how much money you can make on these specific products. And I guarantee this is something Scentsy is going to continue to do each month. Give us a product that maybe they're overstocked on inventory, but instead of offering the discount to the consumer, they're going to offer it to us as the seller to push these products and put more money in our in our pockets. Because at the end of the day, that's what people need right now. They need more money in their pockets, and they need it right now. They need that instant gratification to make it by day to day. So that was something that I was thinking about as I was watching the different ways that some of these seasoned consultants are who still want to be here in it are being innovative, and they're sharing the products. And I've been thinking a lot about this. Hold on. Do we want to remind about the focus? Oh, hey, is that what you were talking about? I just kind of that's really funny.
It was
I want to
just
make sure I
as
didn't
soon as
miss
she
it.
was done with the news tab, I was like, oh hey, maybe we need to refresh people that they need to be doing this too. And then you moved on and you ended up there anyway, so it worked.
Sorry, that's the only problem on my phone is I can't see the messages. But I wanted to sit outside because I'm just living outside right now because I know I won't be for the next 2 days, but it's fine. So that's just what my brain's doing, is watching these people that I know have chose to stay here and be in it, and how are they changing with this shift that's happening? How are they making their business look attractive? How are they still sponsoring? Because it's no lie, all of you, that June was slow. June is always slow. Every year I'm like, I'm not going to let June be slow. And then it happens. So it typically is a slower month, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean we should let that defeat us and cause July to be slow. This is the time. July is the sweet spot. So July is when people they're still enjoying summer and they're still outside. But there's this magic of where we're outside, but we're going to start thinking about inside as well. The nights might get a little cooler. They're going to start using products maybe more in their cars, but it's not as slow as what June is. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like July is typically better than June. So give you hope. But we have to have plans. Bring back my bar month. How can you highlight to build club members? So that is always my focus in July. Club is what carries my business on those slower months like June. How I can still hit my sales goal because I have built my clubbers up to 29 subscriptions. I wish it was a lot more than that because I've been actively working on my clubbers like crazy, but I'm at 29 and I'm very proud of that. But that is what keeps my PRV month after month after month. So Bring Back My Bar is, I love posting it a lot in my VIP group. I love playing Battle of the Bars, kind of like March Madness brackets in my VIP where each bar goes up against each other. There is no like there I'm getting sales off of that typically, but it's showing them the names of the wax bar, the scent of the wax bar. It's putting them in front of their face multiple different times. I'm wanting to encourage them to want to smell them, to contact me, to know that this is limited time because we know how people are with FOMO. Once it's gone, and maybe it's gone forever. And you might be, like Tiffany, and just bitter for the rest of your life about whatever that cinnamon pear one that she wants so badly.
That's a cinnamon roasted pear. Yes. Okay.
That. So, and people will get addicted to stuff like that. And I know it's harder when you don't have a huge customer base that maybe has older scents that have been discontinued. So you have to find a way to pivot around that to get people interested in wanting to smell these new scents. And that's how you can hype it up. And I like that some of these Bring Back My Bar scents that are in here have like some fall vibes because it's giving you like, July's that campfire-ish, outdoorsy feel. And so like what's one of those in there that's like apple I don't have loose letter. It's like it's not, is it a s'more? Is there a s'mores one? Or
There's apple and oats.
apple notes? I definitely was thinking of apple notes, but that's not why. That's not actually the one I was.
There's also Amber Road. Amber Road's a good fall one.
And isn't there a pumpkin one in this one too?
Yeah, like pumpkin cranberry cinnamon or something like that.
So
Yeah.
I like when there's fall scents in the July lineup because the people that get really excited for like end of July and they're like already ready for fall scents or they want to buy it before it's ready, that's a good way to get those scents in their hands. But July will all be about new clubbers for me because you lose clubbers. That's no difference than people fall off from selling. So I always want to keep them refunneling back in. So I have that in there. The whiff box is also a really, really good tool for PRV each month. And I don't know if I've shared this on a Work It Wednesday before, but I know I've shared it in the team page and chat. So how I work the whiff box each month is I started with having 0 people in this text chain. What I do is I post it in my VIP group and I say, I started, and I call them my whiffers. So I've started a whiff box text club. My whiffers get first look at the whiff box contents every month. You have to be in this club to see it first. And I tease that the first week that I know the contents of the whiff box. I don't post it anywhere publicly that pretty much the whole first week. I send it out in text. So I'll even make a post that's hidden on Dylan, do you mind being a dear and going to my VIP page and sharing my last post about my whiff box so they
I'm
can see
already
it?
on it.
Oh, you're the best. Gosh.
I
Swear.
just can't find my Safari.
He's my extension to my brain. I wouldn't survive without him.
I can't find. Oh, here it is. Sure.
Okay, so this is what I do every month, just in a different way. So the picture that I have is hidden behind here, but I'm telling my VIP that I do have my contents, but I only give it to you if you're in my text club. The reason I love having a text club versus Facebook is we know the algorithm is not our friend always. People aren't always seeing our post. By having their text, I have people that join my Whiffers Club that have never bought from me. Now I have their phone number. Now I can let them know about flash sales. I have another touch point with them. So they're going to get those contents each month and they might not order the first month, second month, third month. They could be in there for a year and finally see a whiff box that they're like, I need to have that. But I've built my text club from 0 up to I think close to 60 people each month. I'm sending a text to once I know the contents. And 9 times out of 10, it automatically gives me about 10 whiff box orders from that text that I send out. So it is a really good tool that I've used in my business. And each month I try to put more people in there by hinting it inside my VIP group. I also, on my Facebook parties, when I'm talking about the whiff box, I also say, if you love mystery boxes and you want to be the first to know each month what the contents of our whiff box, be sure to join my text club. So I make it sound really special because they get first rights to it. Every month, my VIP know they're not going to see it unless they're in that text club. So I've had a lot of success and I've sold a lot more whiff boxes since I've started doing that. Does anybody have any questions on that part? I'm gonna check the chat here. Okay, it's just on. Perfect.
Just Dylan.
Oh, like I had messages and it was just you.
I thought the same
I-
thing. I was really hoping you were going to say it, Dylan.
Yep, always got to comment on it. I did share that if you guys aren't looking at the chat, I'm copying and pasting everything that Tab's saying, not everything, but the big key points. So if you want to steal some of the text that she's talking about or the images, they are in the chat, so you can go and steal them too without going to our VIP page.
And how I create that, let me tell you how easy it was to do the contents. I was sitting in my mother-in room. She's in assisted living right now. So I was sitting there visiting with her this afternoon. One of her cousins came in and was visiting with her. And she's like, hey, she's in my Whiffers Club. She's like, do you have the contents yet? And I said, I haven't seen a real life picture. Let me look. I saw someone posted it in real life pictures. So I was like, perfect. So I have everybody tagged, and you could do this inside of the Scentsy Connect with I have them tagged with whiffers. You could make the tag. All I did, create my text within ChatGPT. I put the contents, and it knows every month I text my whiffers, so it already has saved what my style is. I said, here's stylized content. Create me a text message. Create me a text message. Went over to Project Broadcast. You could use Scentsy Connect as well, which is free. Put my text in there. I took the image that I found for the whiff box, put it inside ChatGPT and said, cover this picture for me as a sneak peek inside my VIP group. Here's the text I would like. And it created that image for me. So it literally maybe took me 5 minutes. And while I was sitting there visiting with my mother-in-law, I had 6 people text back right away and said, I want the box. Let me know. And I always put in my text, if you're local, you can add it for local pickup, or if you need shipping, here's my link. So, and I sold one that wasn't local as well from that. So it is like the best way to get PRV at the beginning of each month. You're getting people really excited about the contents of the whiff box. And these are all people that I have club conversations with. Hey, you've been getting the whiff box for 3 months in a row now. Did you know with a $60 club order, you can get it for half off? Or I know you love a good deal as much as I do. What if we get you your next box for $17.50? So those are ways you can have those conversations with the people you know already love the gift box. A lot of people in my text club are within club, and they just want to know, should I create a 1 month club subscription this month? I have my 3 month, but maybe I need a 1 month this month just to get the discount on the whiff box. So it's a really big beneficial for me with the training or with the cells as well. Okay. We are the 7th month of the year. Geez, I was like, what month is July? So halfway through the year. It's time to break it down. The quote I put on the post to get people to join tonight was, you can't finish strong if you don't know where you're going. Let's realign, refocus, and reignite our goals together. So I want to do a little challenge with you guys. I want you to tell me in the chat what has gone well so far in 2025 for you within your business. What is something that you feel has gone well? And while we're waiting, Dylan and Tiffany and I are going to share ours out loud with the class. So something I would say has gone well for me in 2025 is being able to keep my annual sell goal alive for this year. So I've hit 2,500 PRV. So I am proud of that. Bree has gained many new customers and contacts. That's huge. Dylan?
I'm thinking, processing. Um, I really would piggyback off of Brienne's. I think just trying to get my name out there and like grow my customer base and try to follow up with those new people as much as I can. And if we have a second after the chat, then I'll go deeper into that. But
Val, holding on to 1,000 PRV each month. You've done really well. I'm really proud of you. I thought I saw
that's
another
amazing.
one. Gwen gaining more customers. Terry, new team members. That's incredible. How many? Um, 2 new. That's huge. Congratulations.
Good. Yeah.
Abby, shout yourself out before Bree shouts you out. Yeah, that's huge. New teamies are not always easy to do. Abby's had events. Unless there's something else that Bree's gonna shout out for. Okay, these are awesome. So why she's typing something else I can see. So what do you wish you'd done more of or less of? So think of that in the fact of I know if I would have dedicated X, I could have done this, or I spent way too much time making samples and not handing them out. I spent too much time looking away from the person at Walmart instead of making eye contact with them and handing them a sample pack when I could have had a conversation with them and they could have been a new teamie. So, what do you wish you would have done more of, and what do you wish you did less of? Bree has seen Abby grow more out of her box and becoming more outgoing. Sometimes she doesn't like me, but it's fine. And I love that. And I love that you always, that's the best thing about having friends on a team because they will push each other to continue to be better, embarrass them, all the things. Jenny, I haven't seen your comments yet, so let's get with the program, girlfriend.
Oh, ouch. I would
I
say
wish more
mine
consistency.
goes the same way. Like I feel like I've gained a lot of customers by putting myself out there, but I haven't followed up with those as much as I would like to. So I feel like I'm meeting more people, but I'm also not following up as much as I could. I think I could do more.
Bree, what do you wish you'd done more of this year so far and less of? Val says put more time into talking to people in businesses about Scentsy. Yep. More consistent with sending monthly samples. I don't know if I read that one yet, but that's always a good one. Melissa, I wish I could do more vendor events because I gain a few customers each time. It's also hard to do vendor events in the summer. Abby, I just suck at staying consistent. I get burnout easily, especially with regular life stuff. And life be life in. Trust me.
Oh, show.
It is. That's the thing. It's always going to be lifing. And this is like my biggest pet peeve for myself is, the moments where I try to give myself grace and someone's like, you've had a lot going on. And I'm like, okay, but like, who doesn't? And when don't I? And it's like, if I just let the way life is going always be my constant excuse, I'm literally always going to be in the same place. And that's a big thing with me personally is I don't want to be stuck in the same place. I want to, even if it's like, this month I moved this much, but baby, I'm going to make that progress, or I'm going to every day. And this is really what I have been so focused on lately when people ask me, why are you still putting up successful numbers when it feels like nobody else is? And I will tell you, to my core of my being, the only thing different that I have done is be consistent. Like, seriously, on my hardest days, it does not matter. I am going to show up for my business. I'm not going to take a day off from it. And you don't have to be this way. I'm just telling you, that is the one thing that I can tell you that I have never put my business down and been like, I know that I've worked too hard to get where I am to to not make the sacrifice in that day to not go to bed 10 minutes later because I could schedule or make an email that I'm going to send tomorrow, or a text, or schedule out my Facebook post for the rest of the week. It's those small little sacrifices that I would say is what's kept my business continue to grow, even when it feels like everything else is going back. My customers are still showing up for me because I've not stopped showing up for them. And it's just really important that they see your presence. And I'm not even joking. This week, I literally posted a picture of me cleaning my hot tub just so I could show my customers I'm here, I'm real, I'm tired. Life is kicking me in every which direction. I might not show up like I do normally for you guys, but I'm always going to answer your messages. I'm going to take orders from you. But at the end of the day, I'm a real person with real problems, and I'm going to be transparent. I appreciate them so freaking much. They sent me to Greece. Like, I love these people. They keep showing up for me. But they don't need to just see the highlight reel of my life. That's what my VIP page is for. Like, I shared vacation pictures with them when I was gone. I shared with them, when I've lost people. Like, it's just like a big, like, this is my life. This is what Scentsy does for me, and why I'm here, and why I show up for you. And this is why sometimes you might not see me. So being transparent is so huge. Bree, I need to focus more on better follow-up. I'm getting there, but could still improve. Are you using Scentsy Connect? Yep. And do you find that makes it easier, or is it because you're not going to the app?
Because I use it more so like when they give us like the tasks. I use that one mostly in Scentsy Connect. But also I need to just like, if somebody like likes on like my post or comments on my post, I need to just be better about consciously like making the effort and like messaging them. Like, I had two people that have never liked any of my Scentsy posts before. Like my post, I think it was today, I posted the forest for the mushrooms, whatever the name of that one is. I posted the picture of that one, and two people that have never liked any of my Scentsy posts liked that one. So I need to just make the conscious like effort of sending them that message, sort of almost out of nowhere. Somehow along those ways.
Yeah. So do you track your numbers?
What numbers exactly?
So I always encourage everybody from a very starting point to track your numbers every single night in a spreadsheet. So your sales, your team GWV, active frontline, and then anything else that you see necessity to track. And I don't, and right now it may not make a lot of sense because you're like, I have, 2 team members and I don't have a bunch of change day to day. But here's why I say this. Because for the longest time, it was really hard for me to remember how to do that, right? Because it's very hard to start a habit. We all know that with everything. It's hard to start a habit. But now this is what I do every single night. After I do my face routine and I let the dogs out and I feed the dogs and I lay down, I track my numbers every single night. And that's something that I always do. Even on my crappiest days, I will always track my numbers because it is important for me to be able to go, okay, last year, where was I? So if I'm feeling down on myself, but my personal PRB, I'm up $50 from last year at this time, or my team numbers are up 500 and I'm feeling like we're behind, it gives me a baseline. It gives me more detail. And the way that I started that was just creating a habit and over time it gets easier. So when would be a part of the day that you could start using Scentsy Connect or tracking your numbers together? Like, would it be in the morning when you're having coffee before the kids are awake, or if they take naps in the middle of the day, or after you put them in bed, when you crawl into bed? I know kids are feral and that doesn't always have a routine, but it's like, what can you hold yourself accountable for, that this is my non-negotiable? I am going to look at Scentsy Connect at least once a day, or at least once every other day, or once a week, whatever it is that you can hold yourself accountable for, and I'm not going to budge from that.
I usually do it in the mornings when I'm drinking my coffee. Listen, I ain't up before my kids. That ain't happening. My kids wake me up, and then eventually I roll myself out of bed while they're already watching TV. That's just how the cookie crumbles around here.
Right. And that's fine.
So once I finally make my way out of my bed and make my coffee, then once I'm drinking my coffee and I can, function minorly, then I'm eventually on my Scentsy Connect and start sending like emails.
Okay. So I would just say hold yourself to that, to where you're doing it, every single day. And I really, I would love to see all of you start. If you don't track your numbers, make an Excel or a Google sheet and start tracking them today. I wish I had my day one numbers. Like, I wish I would have started tracking from the day I joined, because it would be really cool to be able to see what I did year to year to year to year. And some days and some months, it's like, that's depressing, but it motivates me for the next year, or that next month, because it shows me I'm capable of this. Or I had a team that was doing this and now they're doing this. What's changed? It really gives you a deeper look under the hood of your business. Okay, so a few months I've emailed text previous customers and I don't get sales. They open the emails and they don't shop. Any suggestions on what I can do or not do? I've been struggling to get at least 500 PRV. Don't stop, honestly. Change up how you're sending, what you're sending. Maybe it's the style, maybe it's the length. Maybe it's the pictures you're putting. Are they in real life pictures? Are they flyer pictures? Do you have too much words in them? Could it be shorter? I will go times where I send an email and it's like my open rate is embarrassing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then there's other months where I get orders. The thing is you just want to keep showing that presence, changing up maybe the way you're doing it, but don't ever stop sending them. Or I won't, if it's text, I am a little weird about, I won't send. Now I'll send sales stuff, but if someone's not messaging me back after a few times, like, I don't want to pester them. I don't ever want to be that person, but email, I'll spam the crap out of them because everybody spams the crap out of me. So I look at it whenever I think I'm being annoying, then I think about, okay, how many emails did I get from Target today? So kind of put yourself in that perspective and don't sell yourself short, and then just don't stop. Abby says, I hate feeling like a burn nuisance, so I won't message people like I should to party and order. And you feel like you bug them. There's a lot of times where people would buy if they knew, and you have to stop thinking of yourself as a nuisance and thinking yourself as you're solving people's problems, and make it in a opening, realistic, like, suggestion of, hey, I saw this product and I thought about you. Or, I just wanted to check up. I know you ordered counter clean 2 years ago and you haven't, was there a reason? Did you not like it? Can we, talk about it? Or start checking in with people that are other than sales related. Like, building a personal relationship with them takes time and effort. I get it. People are, I mean, it's people-y out here, but like, we're in a people business and that's the only way we're going to have success. How often you send emails? You don't send flyers. 2-3 emails a week is fine. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't send them as much as I would like to. Some weeks I do, but I would not be scared to do 2-3 emails a week. Tiffany said, I almost bought a whole new set of luggage and a whole work bag because a brand sent me a text message. Oh, wait, correction. They sent that text to a friend. That friend told me about it. And here I am shopping. I am the friend. I am the problem. Here we are. I said there was a sale, and then Dylan, Tiffany, and I were all then shopping. So it is a thing. You are influenced. I'm sorry you cannot see me now because it has gotten dark out here. I didn't think that through when I came outside. You don't realize the influence you have on people. And the simple sharing of you using a product will sell tenfold to you literally trying to sell a product. So I want Dylan to go to his reel and showcase him changing his wax yesterday. Please. Because this is as simple as it is. How long did it take you to create this?
Like 2 minutes.
Exactly. And
Maybe
Bree.
it's like underestimating, but like no, literally no more than 5. I'm not kidding. It was quick.
And Bree's been very good about showcasing what she uses in her home. I saw she did a diffuser today or yesterday. Jenny's really good at going live. Val goes live. And let me tell you, Val struggled with going live when she first joined. That was a big issue for her. And now that girl be going live in her car, outside, whatever. So whatever you set your mind to, you can become better at. So let's all enjoy Dylan's 5 minutes of hard work.
Or I muted myself.
And I have to say, by going live, I do get more attention and more sales by doing that. So that is
Absolutely.
something, if you struggle with it, that is definitely something that has helped my business grow. A lot of people contact me after I go live and are like, hey, I want what you're selling. I actually sold a Reflect shade to a lady who doesn't even have a base yet. She wanted the shade because it was on sale and we weren't sure it was going to be in the clearance section this month. So she
I
ordered
love
the
that.
shade just to have the shade. So eventually I'm going to have a base sale.
Yes, there we go. Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's all.
So super easy. How many views did you get on that?
I think it's up to 300 now.
Listen,
Yeah.
how do you do the cute little squares in the beginning?
I use CapCut for everything,
Oh,
and
maybe
so
that's
yeah, I found a template that they have, and I thought it was really cute. And I went through, recorded every video of me changing my wax in each one, and then went through and selected all the videos, and it literally threw them in there, added the music, and did everything for me.
It's
Yeah,
only as hard as what we make it.
yeah.
So we are closing up. Does anybody have any questions? This time went so fast. I feel like I had 1,000 things I wanted to talk about, and it's what I get for missing 3 weeks. So I word vomited all over you guys. I'm terribly sorry, but I missed you so very much. So if anybody has any questions or thoughts or anything, please let us know. I'm so glad you found this helpful. Thank you so much for coming. Get your people to join us because we love people. We love more people showing up each time. My nice black screen. um this is what spreads fire. A big reason that we shut down Synod Social Circle page and went back to Fresh Sense is we want to help inspire the masses within inside the group, wake up the leaders that might be sleeping, remind people the fire that they bring to the table, remind people why they find joy in this business. Because at the end of the day, we all were born with a gift to sell Scentsy, which sounds insane. And I never thought that was inside of me or that I'd be a leader. Like, no, that was not what I intended for my life. But my slogan for my business is one scented bar can change everything. And that's what it's literally done to my life. It's brought all of you into my life, and I'm so appreciative, and I hope you continue to show up because you find value in this. But know how much you are appreciated, and we love being around you. So next week will be jamming time. So it'll be on Christina's Zoom, and there's always trivia. So we hope to see you guys there. As always, if you have any questions, suggestions on training topics, or you need anything from us, please let us know. But we hope that you go out with a big plan and you kick July's booty. And we see a lot of people active and paid at title and promotions and the most new teamies. I think we should do a booking blitz this month because it's a $9 joint special, and why would we not do a booking blitz? So we love you all. We're excited for SFR, and we can't wait to see what the future of Scentsy is. So thank you for joining. We'll see you next week.